Scene back on that possibly Facebook, YouTube scene. How many people were having a hard time getting on Facebook or X, aka Twitter? The other day, AT&T and I heard Verizon were having some issues, and now all of a sudden, Facebook was on the fritz, and so-called Twitter, now X. But I'm bringing this up because the other day I did a video in regards of people unable to use their phones, and I'm just simply saying it's just that simple. It's just that simple to kill your social media, kill your power, and it's coming, man. I don't think people are really prepared to live like they're in a third world country or a banana republic, and it damn sure seems like this country is heading in that direction. But it was strange because it was on the media. I think Facebook is back up. I don't know about Twitter, but you got to realize we have an election year coming up, and this guy Trump, they do not want this guy in office. They don't want him in office, and they're going to do everything they can to keep this guy out of office. And they're going to try to bring you back to a state of poverty in this country. They're going to destroy this country, and they're going to try to force you to do away with your constitutional rights. They're going to try to force you to trust in the government. They're going to try to force you to end up in a cashless society or system where they can totally have dominant control over your lives. And we've been saying it for years. We've been saying it through the Bible. We've been saying it through social media. We've been saying it on the street corners. We've been saying it for so many years. And now you're seeing the reality starting to form. You're seeing that this man is not evil. I mean, you're seeing that this man is very evil, and that your religions are not going to save you. You're going to try to make things happen with your religions and your beliefs. It's not going to save you. But that's neither here or there. In the end, the Most High wins, and that's what I stated the other day. But I'm not going to be very long. I just had something on my mind, and just want to discuss a few things that I've been seeing on social media, and that kind of knocked me back because I'm here like an idiot trying to sign into Facebook, and I'm having a difficult time trying to sign in, and I can't figure it out. So I figured it out now, but they got the damn thing shut down. Let me fix this real quick. Take that off. There you go. I was talking to a couple of people yesterday, and people don't have a clue. They kind of know that something is going on. Put my face up for this. They kind of know that something is definitely happening around the world. They kind of know that the world is evil. They see it, but to grab onto the Most High, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that at all. But I want to show you something, because the other day, the phones went down. Maybe about 2 weeks ago, I believe it was. No phone service for a lot of people. Thousands and thousands of people could not receive phone service. And the powers that be, they couldn't explain why this was happening, or they didn't want to explain, rather. Now they have some BS reason, but I personally believe, and I was discussing this with the Edomite on the bus last week, I personally believe that these are test runs to see how far they're going to push this thing. I believe these are test runs to test the reaction of the people, to test their plan and see how far they can go, and to execute other plans after this. But look at this. This is AT&T is giving customers a $5 credit. This is because of what happened the other week. You AT&T customers, you're getting $5 back. A $5 credit after an outage. How to get it? how to get it. AT&T will offer customers affected by the spat of service outage last week a $5 credit as compensation for the telecommunications company CEO said. The company's CEO said, it says thousands of AT&T customers reported service issues last Thursday, including problems making and receiving calls. The company said the initial review showed the outage happened because of an incorrect process was used in expanding its network. I don't believe that. Then it says rather than a cyber attack. See, people are not stupid. People know that cyber attacks are on deck. People know that terrorist attacks are on deck. Then in the end, nuclear attacks, that's on deck too. They know this thing. They know these things, but people are not totally dumb. You understand? So I personally believe that these are preparations for something bigger. The scriptures warn us against the evils and what they practice. The scriptures warn us of dark days coming, and we see how times and what people are experiencing today relate to what we read in scripture. We see these things. Even the unbelievers, the doubters, their stupid responses, their stupid attacks, their stupid ideologies are starting to water down because the pressure is on everybody. The pressure is on everybody. And if you are not prepared, and if you're not spiritually inclined, you're going to have problems. You're going to have serious problems. If you don't have a mindset of equipping yourself spiritually with living off your daily bread, you are not going to survive. You're not going to survive. I'm talking to the unbelievers. This is why the Most High says, we shall eat, but they shall starve. We're going to smile and they're going to frown. It's going to be on that capacity. Because the Most High is definitely flexing his spiritual muscles. The Most High is definitely flexing his prophetic muscle all over the world. And people are in some serious doubt to the point where you're just looking stupid. You're just looking stupid, man. But that's heavy because, people are expecting a cyber attack. And they're trying to, make people go back into being stupid. Outages began early Thursday with about 3/4 of customers still able, Outage began early Thursday with about 3/4 of customers still able to access the network, and the remaining customers reconnect through the morning, AT&T said. The network was back to normal around noon. And I think Facebook is back up. When I go to Facebook, it is up now. But this was news earlier, man. Look, check it out. I'm not going to be long again. I just was on my mind. I just wanted to talk about this. And I was out sick for a while, man. There was also talking about a stomach virus that was all over Jersey and various parts of the country. So be careful out there. I don't know if that's what I had, but man, I had some serious stomach issues going on since last week, Wednesday. And I'm feeling a lot better now, though. But look at this. It says Meta platform experienced significant outage, just like AT&T. It says the issue may prevent political campaigns from engaging with constituents on Super Tuesday. Today's Super Tuesday. I forgot about that too. You understand? See, we got to look at how this man gets down, man. This election is one of the most important elections in the history of this country, among the wicked, that is. I'm not talking about us as believers. We don't give a damn about elections. I mean, we care about it because it still affects us, or it affects the world. But us as believers, we know that the Most High, he's in control. But the point I'm trying to make overall is that these guys will stop at nothing to change the outcome of elections, to keep that money flowing in certain individuals' pockets, and to keep their boots on the necks of the ignorant, the unspiritual, and the weak that they've been controlling for hundreds and hundreds of years in this very country. So it wouldn't surprise me if Facebook gets shut down. It wouldn't surprise me if social media on all platforms gets shut down. It wouldn't surprise me if cable gets shut down. It wouldn't surprise me if streaming gets shut down, period, just to put in place a master plan to control and even kill or destroy the people, not just in this country, but all over the world. It would not surprise me one single bit. Would not surprise me. You know, so when I saw this, I immediately went back to what happened with AT&T. What was that? I think it was a week and a half ago, something like that. But check this. I'm play this real quick.
Meta is confirming a massive outage today across most of its platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, and Threads.
Yeah, I've seen it myself firsthand. Users started experiencing problems late this morning. Hundreds of thousands of people are affected globally, according to Net.
You know how many people are dependent on Facebook? In other words, you know how many people are addicted to social media? They can't. It's like their breakfast in the morning. They can't put it down. And not just people outside of the faith, people in the faith. Even to a degree, myself, I'm kind of hooked on social media. I saw a few reports. It says that depression among children and even adults has risen ever since the creation of the cell phone. And they mentioned that the cell phone became very popular around 2008, 2009. But ever since then, levels of depression, even suicide has risen because of the addiction of social media. People can't stop. People can't put it down. And look what it's doing to the children. Look at the children. The children cannot stop. Women cannot stop. And it's growing. It's growing worse and worse. People have become addicted and dependent on their cell phones. They pay their bills on their cell phones. They trade stock and buy crypto on their cell phones. They text and communicate consistently on their cell phones. So imagine when the bomb drops or terrorists knock out certain plants, certain ways we receive electricity, things that we take for granted that we use every day. Imagine if those things were to blow up. Could you imagine the hysteria and the hissy fits and the level of depression and suicide if you had no social media for months and months and months and a cyber war did occur? Could you imagine? Could you imagine living like the children, men and women who are currently in Palestine? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine going to get water and you're drinking sewage water? You're digging in the trash like the children in India or dumps. In weakness, you're reduced to eating dogs and cats and rats. Do you know how much of a possibility that is today? How real that is today? I think we have become so spoiled and so comfortable off the American titty milk that we don't think that that's a strong possibility. That's what I personally believe. I personally believe that if the power does go out, and I'm not talking about for a week and a half, I'm talking about if it goes out for months and months and months, the average Joe American or the average Tyrone American or the average Manuel Rodriguez American will totally crumble in a corner and just die. That's what I personally believe. But the ones of us who don't trust in the system, who don't trust in Trump or a Democrat or a Republican, and trust straight up in hardcore Bible, I know we're going to be all right. I know we're going to be all right. Because we recognize that the system does not have our back. We've been prophesying and teaching about a collapse in the system. Meanwhile, the other side of our people, or the other side of the world, or the other side of the heathens, they believe that this is going to continue forever and ever and ever. They believe that the system is going to continue forever and forever. They're looking at money and finances in a future in America. We're looking for the crown. We're looking for the crown that the Most High promised us. We're looking for Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Christ, to put that crown on our heads. And just like how David was chosen and anointed, the Most High has anointed us with the best gift that anybody could receive in his lifetime. And that gift is this truth. That gift is the truth of the Most High. So meanwhile, these guys are behind the scenes working all types of mischief and witchcraft to try to maintain and hold the power they have now. Check it out.
Blocks, which is an organization that monitors internet traffic. NBC News business and data correspondent Brian Chung is joining us now with the latest. I know that, Brian, a Meta spokesperson confirmed the outage on X. What did they say?
Yeah, well, I mean, this was a few hours ago, but the communications person, Andy Stone, saying, quote, "We're aware people are having trouble accessing our services. We are working on this now." It appears anecdotally that some people are able to get back into Facebook. I was able to get back in. It seems like Instagram is also working as well. I may have to post something just to test it.
All these networks just went out. All of these networks are experiencing problems. Overall, the point I am making is just that easy. It's just that easy to get you. It's just that easy to shut things down. You see how easy they can just cut you off? It's just that easy. Suppose they didn't want you to eat. They can easily just drop a bomb somewhere or poison the food or do whatever. And there's no more food and you're at their mercy. It's just that easy. Look how easy they created the lockdowns and no one can go anywhere. Look how easy they did that. And just the same way they did that so easily, they can shut the lights off. The same way they shut down the social media, they can shut the power down and you are doomed. Somebody on Facebook had a little gadget and you could plug certain things into this gadget and the sun juiced up this, it was like a bar, a block, the block you use to charge your cell phone. It was something, like that. And he was proud of it. And I said, that don't mean nothing, man, because if you want to charge your cell phone, there's no service. What do you need a cell phone for if there's no service? It's just that simple. What do you need a TV or any form of communication if the satellites up above in the heavens are shut down? How's that going to work? Can't put food in the refrigerator. That's going to spoil. The best you can do is have a generator to generate power to at least have some form of lights. That's the best you can do. But I'm telling you, it doesn't even matter because the majority of people are not prepared for this. They are not prepared for a total shutdown in this country. They're not prepared for civil war in this country. They're not. And again, I'm going to say it again. I personally believe, and I could be wrong, but I personally believe they're warming up. They're warming up and they're testing the waters to see just how far they can go. And I believe that nothing is going to stop these people but the Most High. Nothing. The Most High knows their plans, but at the same time, the Most High knows that we got to be tested. The Most High got to test our chins too, to see how much we really love him. I believe that too. 150 people shot out there in Gaza for food. I believe there was bum rushing for food in the Gaza Strip, in the southern part of the Gaza Strip, because they've been pushed to the south. And they unleashed on them. Unleashed on them. And when people are hungry, people do desperate things. They do desperate things, and there's no order, man. No order. When Israeli soldiers shot at hungry Palestinians. Check this out. You telling me this is not going to get real? Look at this. Gaza occupied East Jerusalem and Tunisia. It has been 5 days since the Israeli armies fired into a crowd of hungry and starving at the Rashid Street in Gaza City, an incident that has been dubbed the Flower Massacre. These are hungry men, women, and children. Hungry men, women, and children that were fired upon. I heard it was like about 150 killed. However, it says, however, for the families of the 118 civilians killed by Israel during the early hours of Thursday morning, it is the moment their lives would forever be divided into before and after. Thursday massacre has been followed by two subsequent killings by Israeli forces of hungry Palestinians scrambling for aid on Saturday and Monday night, adding to the morning death toll among the uncounted and malnourished thousands battling the first sign of starvation. You telling me this can't happen here? You telling me these people don't know what they're doing in this country and in Israel and in Europe? This is real, and it's not getting better in this country and abroad. It's crazy, man. Look at this. Absolutely crazy. But I'm playing this and I'm showing you that this can very well happen here. And we're very spoiled. We're very spoiled people in America. Fat, overweight, crybabies.
بشكل مباشر على المواطنين مما ادى لعقد حرائق في هذا المكان. ما زالت قوات الاحتلال تطلق النيران وتمنع.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but the buildings behind look like they didn't have any lights. Like they just in the dark.
And the idea that people are being killed as they scavenge for meager rations of food is just appalling, and is a reminder why there must be international immediate action to prevent further mass atrocities.
And the thing is, they all are corrupt. They all are corrupt. America could stop this. All America has to do is tell them you're getting no more money. The billions of dollars you've been getting for decades, you'll get no more. But America is so deep in the corruption, the UN is so deep in the corruption, you can't stop it. You can't stop it till it gets completely out of hand. And at this point, it's totally out of hand. But my point is, when you're hungry, man, When you're hungry, you do desperate things. When you get hungry and there's no lights and there's no food and there's no order, things begin to break down. And that's where America is heading. And it's long overdue. It's long overdue. We need pain and suffering in this country. We need it. Because America has become fat, sloppy, whores, drug addicts, and just a party type country, man. If you know what I mean. I don't mean everybody individually. I mean the fabric of America, the lifestyle, the mindset of America. It's just spoiled and weak. So the Most High has to take away. He has to take away. That's going to make a lot of people think hard. You think the lockdowns made people think harder? You think that made people think harder? Wait till the food shortage hits. Wait till those things hit. That's going to make people really start to think. You understand what I'm saying? That's going to make people really start to think. Right now, people are just spoiled and corrupt and damn stupid.
Out, but either way, this was apparently a very massive issue. It impacted multiple Meta products. We have to remember that Facebook, Threads, which is the Twitter competitor, also appeared to be experiencing issues. Messenger as well. So people trying to make contact this morning may have had issues on those platforms. But again, we'll see if they can get that back online. Reported outages have gone down, but again, we'll have to monitor the issue.
Where does it stand right now? We also know that a website that tracks user reports of internet outages, Down Detector, said that more than 500,000 people were affected on just Facebook alone. Yeah, this was the same, by the way, website that tracked the issues at AT&T that you'll recall just a few weeks ago. But these are reported outages, so it might undersell actually the number of people that were impacted. But as many as over 500,000 issues were being reported right now. It looks like it's somewhere around the tens of thousands. So
you know, how many people are dependent on Facebook, can't live without Facebook, lose their mind if they're not on Facebook. I'm just pointing out how dependent and how addicted we have become to different formats of social media. That's how serious it is. I'm telling you, man, yo, if I just don't see, like I mentioned the other day, I just don't see how things can get better considering what's happening all over the world and in this country. And I'm not talking about just the bad things, just the corruption in your face, the fake elections in your face, the fake prosecution and the political use of the DOJ in your face, the total disrespect of the Constitution that they uphold and claim to be above God practically. They don't even respect themselves. I'm showing you that it's all a goddamn lie. It's a lie. And they lie in your face. And the public has become so stupid. They won't challenge the lies. They won't confront the lies. They just want to have wicked sex, alcohol, and drugs. And speaking of drugs, I saw an article on weed I want to talk on after this, but I mean, it's just crazy at this point now. I mean, you can't get around it. You know, so many people used to attack us and say that we're idiots for reading the Bible. The Bible is this, the Bible is that. You are a damn idiot yourself if you put yourself in a position where you're outside of the Bible. You're a damn idiot yourself if you put yourself in a position where you're outside of the Bible. But real quick, got some weed news, Hardrock Truth weed news. Real quick, I want to share that with you. We got some Hardrock weed news because you got a lot of people today. It's okay to smoke weed, and God is he's in favor of smoking weed. And I want to show you something real quick in regards to that. I don't get it though. I don't get how you can. I think it's because of the celebrities and the things that they attach to weed. I used to smoke weed. I'm not going to bang on you too hard because I used to smoke weed. But when you say it's okay with God, to smoke weed and there's nothing wrong with it. You're out of your mind. If the white man, if he's poisoning the food and the very water you drink every day, what makes you think he didn't attack the weed yet? What makes you think he didn't touch that yet? Of course he did that. Of course he attacked the weed. Look at this. It says, where is it? Fentanyl laced marijuana used in adolescence. You know, a lot of this weed you smoking has not just fentanyl in it, but different chemicals in it that differs prior to the weed that was smoked in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. The weed that they are smoking has so much drugs, you can see the effect it's having on the youth today. The youth look totally worn out and zapped if you look at them. I'm talking about the youth in regards of the weed smokers. A rising concern nationwide. Retrace it said, according to a report by the U.S. Center of Disease and Control and Prevention's, the CDC, the number of deaths involving synthetic opioids like fentanyl has grown in recent years. Those are mainly white kids. And trust me, those are mainly white kids that's dying for the fentanyl. But it wouldn't surprise me if the fentanyl has made its way into your daily weed smoke. It would not surprise me. It says, with young people being among the most affected in addiction, prescription drugs as fentanyl-laced marijuana are the most common ways of initiation. And this is what I'm saying, man. You know, weed out of nowhere became legal so they can make money. And at the same time, it was just so odd and so weird. And, you know, at the speed that it became legal, that you better believe there's a plan behind that for you so-called blacks and Hispanics in this country. You better believe that that's tainted too, and that's another avenue for them to get you. That weed you're smoking, trust me, it's not normal. That's not normal weed you're smoking. Fentanyl-laced marijuana has been recovered from across the United States. There are now reports of school children intoxicated with fentanyl when using marijuana. Are you surprised? Is anybody surprised at that? A small dose of fentanyl, such as 70, I don't know what that is, can cause death in children. Combining fentanyl with marijuana can have severe drug-to-drug interactions and potentially life-threatening consequences. Fentanyl is a potent synthetic opioid that can cause respiratory depression, while marijuana can have sedative effect. You get the point. You get the point where this is going. I'm telling you, got to be on your A game today, man. I'm talking to your young brothers and sisters. You got to be on your A game. You got to snap out of it, because the system is coming at you. It's coming after you. If you don't see it, you're fooling yourself. The system is coming after you, and they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. Enough of you did not get the jibby jib. Half of you didn't take that jibby jib. And they need to do something about that, because you're having so many children that they got to stop you. You're the children of Israel all over again in a new Egypt. And you keep multiplying and you're getting stronger in numbers, not in wisdom, but in numbers. And something has to be done. So the fentanyl and the jibby jib, if you know what I'm talking about, different diseases, mass incarceration, they got to do something about you. And luckily, the Most High is around. It's a good thing the Most High is around. And it's a good thing the scriptures, that's what's ruling. And a lot of people don't believe in the scriptures. That's going to be their own death. Because of the hardness of their heart, they shall be rejected in the day of the Most High's judgment. The Most High says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. See that? Again, it says, woe, meaning destruction to them that devise, that create wickedness or sin and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it. So they got deep things in the works. And they lie in their beds, meaning they're in their think chambers, and they have these meetings on how they're going to destroy you and how they're going to work this evil to kill you or to make you impotent, or for you sisters to make you sterile. They have things in the food and the drinks and in the weed especially, or in the drugs especially, to make you infertile or to destroy your minds or the minds of your children. You think that this is beyond a man's conscience or his capability of doing such evil, heinous acts? You are fools if you don't believe that you are a fool if you don't believe they're practicing things like this. You are a fool if you don't think that they're not working day and night and around the clock to figure ways how to destroy you in mass numbers. That's why all these things are happening around the earth. The Most High is defending us at the same time, and the Most High is letting a lot of you drop between the cracks of the wicked at the same time. Again, it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. See that? The Most High gave them this power for a certain amount of time. In Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Here it says because it is in the power of their hand. You see that? So, overall, don't think for a minute that this man has your best interests at heart, or just the country itself. You're a fool if you think the government has the interests of the citizens and their welfare in their heart. In other words, they're going to show mercy or they care. They do not care. They care about power. They care about power and control, and it's not going a damn place. It's not going anywhere. It's not going a damn place. That's what the hell and the suffering and the pain is going to grow. It's going to grow and it's going to continue to grow. But that's all I had to say, man. I just wanted to get that off. I feel better. I was sick for a few days, and I just wanted to get on and say a few things. I saw that story about the damn Facebook, and I was wondering why the hell I can't get on Facebook, But you brothers and sisters, you be safe out there and watch as well as pray and think, take care of yourselves, take care of your families, stay off the streets if possible. Don't run in the streets. I know it's getting warm, but try to be on the streets as less as possible, and be with your families and the people who think like you. That's what you want to surround yourselves with. This is your brother Baquaz signing out. You brothers and sisters, be safe. You be focused. You be spiritual. I'm out.